Welcome back to the Community Roundtable. It's September, and this month we are talking about Hispanic Heritage Month, and we have some amazing business leaders with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about how the Hispanic heritage has had a great impact in the business community, and we're really grateful for your businesses. So as we recognize this month, what does it kind of mean to you, Paul?
Well, you know, Hispanic Heritage Month means a lot because I've seen it grow through the years, especially now with social media. It's amazing how it's more out there, more recognition. You see more mariachi festivals and all kinds of things that you see online and becoming more familiar. And I think that a lot of that has to do with social media, more television, a lot of people speaking two languages. I believe there's a lot that has to do with that that's really put it in the forefront.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, community, isn't that a lot what the Hispanic heritage is all about, is community, and our community here and our business community. And I learned great things about you in the short time that I've gotten to know you, and now your wonderful business. So what has the Hispanic heritage in leadership or business, how has that worked for you in your business?
At first I started as a hairstylist. I always wanted to be a salon owner, and 5 years into being a hairdresser, I decided to open up my own salon. And there were so many resources in our community that I was able to open it up finally.
That's awesome. How many hairstylists are in your salon with you now?
We currently have 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice salon.
That's really great. And that's showing others that, you know, because as a hairstylist, you have that entrepreneurial thing that's already going in the beginning, and then you took the initiative to do that, and you tapped into the resources.
Thank you.
In what ways, Paul, do you feel that Hispanic Heritage Month has helped highlight some of the struggles and achievements for the Hispanic community?
Wow. Well, just to tell you a little bit about my dad that came from Mexico way back in the day, and my mother from Nicaragua back in the day. I don't want to say the time period, okay? But I've seen the changes growing up in the county of LA all the way into the Inland Empire, because I grew up in the streets of Los Angeles. And the changes of just more business owners, more people of influence that are Latino. You know, there's head of big, large companies and CEOs that are Hispanic and Latino. So to me, I've seen the progression of changes that has really not only helped themselves as a business owner, but also an outward assistance to the community.
I think that's really great. How are some ways that your business interacts with the community as a whole, and maybe even now being more aware of the Hispanic culture that, you know, you can tap into for resources? Do you think that could open up some opportunities for people?
Well, of course, just like he said, I mean, we've seen it grow. There's networking, there's social media. I just feel like our community as a whole has had so many resources. The city of Temecula, I mean, just walking in there, you ask them, hey, I want to open a salon. What do I need to do?
And they've been there for you. That's the community.
Yes.
And you said you found the resources, so I'm sure they pointed you in the direction of the resources that would benefit you as not only a Hispanic leader, but as a woman and being an entrepreneur. And it's great. That's what we love about our community, as being really active in the community and seeing that. I've seen you out at like Hispanic chamber mixers and different things.
Yes, I have to share that during COVID, one of my customers approached me, and her name is Natalia Bracco. She's a realtor in the area, and she says, you know, I'm thinking about starting something to help Latino businesses. And I told her, if you do, I'm in. 2 days later, she called me, and we got together with a few other local business entrepreneur and business owners, and we put together a plan to create a directory for the Hispanic Latino community. So if you're looking for the best tacos, our goal was to create that directory and have them go to the best tacos. And I know it's a competitive industry, but at least have somebody to go in there and go, yeah, I got to try those tacos, you know, or a doctor that's Latino, Hispanic, you know, or a psychologist, and that was the realm that we were taking, okay? And then COVID hit. But guess what? We still stayed together as Latino business owners. We got together at least once or twice a month via Zoom, and it's just started to grow and grow and grow. And then we decided to make a shift, a pivot, and instead of being a directory, now we decided to use social media as our base of platform, and that's taken off. Not only that, we changed the name. We brainstormed 1,000 names, and we came up with Latinos Talk. And it sounds like a podcast or something like that, but people have taken on because we hold business mixers on a monthly basis. We have a couple of celebrations a year, and that's just really taken off to the point now where we're considering possibly becoming a nonprofit to continue to do what we do, and that is to serve the Hispanic, Latino community, for them to connect, to collaborate, and to celebrate together. And that's the whole goal and the purpose.
That's great.
That is really awesome.
You know, I have to say that's how I found you, is when we were looking for guests for the table. I went right into Google and I said, Hispanic business Temecula, and you were the first person who popped up. I went to your website and I went, I've got to meet her. And so, yeah, so the connection is there, for sure.
Let me ask you, how do you feel that the county can help support the Hispanic community and the business owners?
I feel like they're doing that now. Like I said, I walked into the city hall and asked them, hey, I want to open up a business. There were so many people willing to help me, the permits, the business license, reseller's license, everything. I feel like our community is doing a really good job right now.
Did you have to get funding for your business?
I did not.
You did not?
No, I saved up money. I had the support from my family. We opened it up and we were off in a month. So it was really, really good.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Self-funded.
Yes.
Very nice.
What do you think can be done to support the community and the growing Hispanic business leaders?
Well, that's a great question because they range in size. Businesses range in size from a small in-home business all the way to a large company. And so between that range, the middle to below has a hard time figuring things out. They kind of do it their own way. They try to figure it out. I'll just borrow. If I'm running out of funds, I'll just go borrow money from my uncle Ernie or whatever, or my tia Gloria, you know. And we know that that's never a good thing, by the way. But so there are alternatives, and the only way to know about those alternatives is just like what Rosalie just mentioned, and that's to go to your local city hall, to your local economic development center, and get the information. But a lot of people don't know what to do. They're just lost, and then what happens is they don't get the proper help, and then it ends up collapsing. And that is the worst thing to see. I gotta tell you, I experienced that firsthand because we wanted to help the businesses that are starting out. And we came across two people that we set appointments with to say, hey, we're gonna come in and we're gonna boost your business. We're gonna go help you out. We're gonna bring a lot of people, eyes and feet to your place. And guess what? They can't, 2 times were canceled. They said, Paul, thank you so much for your help. Our family had a conversation. We decided to close down. And that was so heartbreaking. So I think there is a lapse of communication there on, sharing what grants might be available or other ways that a company can stay afloat or even excel or exceed. There's a missing link there for sure.
For sure, yes. And that's why, places that you can go to, whether that be your city, a Hispanic chamber, or a leadership community, that, sometimes we have to, tap into the resources that are available to us. And I know that, it was a decision becoming an entrepreneur 21 years ago when we first started our business, just by having it be offset and me being a majority owner as a woman business leader, that, gave us a little bit of an edge in there to be able to use those kinds of things. And, you know, so it is important to learn about the resources that are out there and how to structure things and how you can do things so, you know, you don't have to fold and you can rely on some of the things, whether that is, you know, being Hispanic, that is your, you know, that is who you are. And I'm sure you're very proud of who you are. And so in that sense, and proud of the businesses that you've built. And so I think that that's great because you're creating a pathway into something that's already, you know, showing others who can follow along with you.
Hispanic Heritage Month was enacted into law in 1988. Do you feel it's had a positive impact in our communities to observe that and to celebrate it?
I believe it has. You know, just from then till now, look at all the changes, you know, with TV and media and social media and LinkedIn and TikTok and I Don't Want to Knock and all these things, you know. I think it's been incredible. Look at, somebody can start a little song with 3 little things and then they're multi-billionaires and they're Latino and Hispanic. I mean, that is incredible. The path of recognition from then till now, I think it's just been amazing.
I agree. With technology, networking, I mean, we've been able to grow at a very rapid rate. So from the beginning, I mean, I remember my parents, they were house cleaners and gardeners. And from now, like, we're business owners now. Like, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us at the round table. And I want to thank my wonderful business leaders. You guys have amazing businesses. Make sure you check them out. They are here in Temecula. And we'll see you next month on the Community Roundtable.